Alright, so these are all up next. These are all the kind of inserts and plates that go on a plate steel bumper for a truck. Then tow hooks as well. We're actually doing these in a color match to the factory paint. It's a Ford, I think it's called Caribou Metallic. So got the powder in for those, and we're going to go throw these in the stripper to get them knocked out and go from there. Alright, next step is going to be sandblasting. Get all these things cleaned up and give them a nice surface for the powder to bite to. There's also this plate over here that I forgot. I've had a bunch of people ask me about the media that I use. You can actually see a bunch of it randomly on the floor here. I use a product called Green Diamond. I'll put a link in the description. It's a nickel slag. It's a great media to use. Steel, aluminum works really well. I use the 3060 blend, so super cheap, about $14 for 50 pounds here locally. Got all these parts sandblasted, got them hung up here, all blown off, cleaned. Went over the edges of a couple of them just where they had drilled holes. There was some loose metal hanging out that I got rid of. Just gives an overall better finish. So I'm gonna go get this powder ready, throwing in some hoppers, and start to land some powder on these things.
Hey Pete, why do we even write songs like this, man? People ain't gonna change.
Oh, I don't know, Bill. You know, there might be somebody out there listening, man. You never can tell, you know?
To the graduating class of 2000 whatever, congratulations past due, you deserve better. Looking dapper in that cap and that gown. You got fam snapping flicks, clapping loud in the back of the crowd. Now the band playing pomp and circumstance got you amped, feeling like a chant. Class is out of session at last. You've been patiently waiting, 12 years in the making. Anybody who was doubted you was sadly mistaken. With the paper with your name in old English for the taking, so moms can bring it home to frame it and display it with the grade point average hanging over your head. Brother, sister, please don't believe the bullshit they said. Fuck a pledge of allegiance and arrogant teachers, but peace to the people who don't ever preach up in the front of a classroom all day long, planting seeds of revolution. We dedicate this song. It goes one for the student who refuses to submit, and two for the teachers who are underpaid as shit. It's the next generation of miseducated youth who demonstrate the truth and manage to make it through. It goes three for the strikes giving young bloods life, and four for the years you spent stifled inside. It's the next generation of miseducated youth. Next time, ask them for proof.
Alright, this is the powders we're going to be using today. I got this, this is a color match powder from APP. I get most of my powder from Prismatic, but there's a couple custom colors that I get specifically from these guys. These guys are awesome to work with. Anyway, this is a color match to Ford Stone Caribou. I think it's Ford Stone Caribou Metallic, actually. It's like a grayish brown color. We're using that, and then we'll just be using some Clear Vision from Prismatic. So we'll get that thrown in the hopper and get going.
Now to the knuckleheads clowning in the back of the class, to the teacher's pet monkey in the front kissing ass, but most of all everyone else who sat between them and questioned all the falsehoods your teachers believed in. Up in hallways heard it in locker territorialism, up in assemblies nobody would listen. Instead rock the mixtape and Walkman discreet with the headphones threaded from the pocket through the sleeve. You received education through the music you heard. Cafeteria tables enabled beats to occur where students separated in cliques. The state of the nation manifested up in high school politics. History repeated, you read it to regurgitate. Slave owning dead white men quotes. You know they made curriculums designed to make obedient drones. Bring your paper, but please leave your lyrics at home. It goes one for the student who refuses to submit, and two for the teachers who are underpaid as shit. It's the next generation of miseducated youth who demonstrate the truth and manage to make it through. It goes.
Alright, gonna try a different way of recording stuff today. I'm not gonna be wearing a mask, which is also gonna be a little bit weird, but figured this way I can try to walk you through this a little bit. I'm gonna turn on the the booth, which might get loud. Hopefully I can use this audio. I haven't tried this yet, so I guess we'll see. Got the Caribou Metallic loaded up in the gun. About ready to spray this set of tow hooks first, and then change tips to do the flat panels. And these are, the way that I set these up is I hang them from the actual hook itself. I thread this in to protect both sides of the thread, that way I don't have to do any sort of masking. The KV setting I have currently on this gun is right around like a 65. Seems to work the best for a lot of the metallics. Make sure this thing's fully coated. Get all deep in that hole and blaze on to the next ones. One of the things I really like is all the powders from APP. Not that, I mean, all the stuff from Prismatic lays really nice too for the most part. But anytime I get one of these custom colors from APP, they always lay like glass. It's going to be a little bit weird over these just because they're the way the casting is done on them. They're not like a particularly smooth part. So we'll be putting this metallic on, and then like I said, we'll be putting clear vision over top of that. And if you can hear that sound, I don't know if the mic picks it up, you can hear like a little buzzing sound. It's because these hooks need to be cleaned. I'm not too worried about it on this job, obviously. These are pretty straightforward, but when the hooks get dirty or get too much powder on them is really what it is. It's not dirt at all. When that happens, the ground isn't nearly as good. And you can actually hear it. If you turn the lights off, you can actually see a little spark will jump across to a place that it finds suitable. And then because we're going to be going to flat panels, I am actually going to change tips. This fan tip is actually good for all sorts of things. I just tend to use it only on flat panels for the most part. Guess I should probably clean this gun the rest of the way before I keep shooting this. You'll notice I'm recording this video a little different than some of the other ones. Just trying out some other, I guess, other options for right now. And one of the things I've been trying to figure out is the type of content you guys like seeing. I can't tell if it's a matter of, you know, do you like seeing more of the time lapse with just some text at the bottom explaining what's going on? Do you like more walking you through it? They're really the same to me. It doesn't affect my timeline at all. So just this. Let's see if I can run this with the fan off, because I'm guessing that this booth is really loud. You can say this fan tip makes a huge difference on flat panels, in my opinion. I mean, I've heard actually the exact opposite from some people. I would say it might be setup specific or gun specific. Get another one of these in here. So yeah, trying to figure out if it's, you know, the time lapse, just like the process you guys like seeing, or you just like seeing the finished product. I guess let me know in the comments. You know, I've been getting tons of comments, trying to reply to all of them. You know, the last couple videos especially, because I made a point of saying, yeah, I'll reply. I've gotten tons of comments, mostly, you know, a lot of equipment stuff, which I'm still going to be putting out the equipment video. one of the issues I'm running into right now, I just mentioned about the dirty hooks. Let me grab another hook real quick. Pull this off and see if I can't show you here. So you can see right here, having a little Faraday cage issue. I can actually hear the electricity running through this when I'm using the gun. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this hook out and I'm gonna put a hook over here, and that'll fix that problem. So if you guys ever run into that, that's definitely a quick, easy way of solving this issue. You can see now that area is all covered in powder. Super simple. Definitely have to have the booth on if I'm not wearing a mask, because I can't stand in this cloud of caribou powder. It's definitely not good for you to be breathing in. I highly suggest everybody wears a mask. Although admittedly, if your booth is set up well and it's getting powder away from you, I mean, I can spray with no mask a lot of the times with no issue, but as your filters start to get clogged up and powder starts to back up a little bit, it definitely becomes an issue.
Yo, we made it, 45 caliber proof, and your teachers don't believe that you can handle the truth. But the truth is these suits can't stand it when you begin to question the conditions and backwards traditions as you recognize the threshold of negative stress. The crossroad between complete failure and success is so necessary. You pay attention in class, never tell you the conditions in which to apply the math. Only 65% of your peers, freshman year is still here, and half that total will move on. But 3 out of 4 will drop out in 2 years. Add it up and it equals some shit has gone wrong. Now the snakes gave the education budget roll back. No child left behind is just a backdoor trap. As you stand at the summit, future facing the wind. Now it's time to let your true education begin. It goes 1 for the student who refuses to submit, and 2 for the teachers who are underpaid as shit. It's the next generation of miseducated youth who demonstrate the truth and manage to make it through. It goes 3 for the strikes, giving young bloods life, and 4 for the years you spent stifled inside. It's the next generation of miseducated youth. Next time, ask them for proof.
Alright, got this powder all thrown on here. Try to give you a little bit of a close-up here. Definitely see a bunch of metallic in it. Gonna throw this last piece in the oven and hope this all turns out. I'm gonna pull it out. After we get flow out, we'll pull it out and then put the clear on it.
Red wine and Xanax, Vicodin and my girlfriend, Percocet and our problems, life turned to a whirlwind, trying to figure it out, where it all went wrong, cause I feel it slipping away, so now I'm just trying to hold on. Red wine and Xanax, Vicodin and my girlfriend, Percocet and our problems, life turned to a whirlwind, trying to figure it out, where it all went wrong, cause I feel it slipping away, so now I'm just trying to hold on.
Red wine and Xanax, Vicodin and my girlfriend. Red wine and Xanax, Vicodin and my girlfriend. Red wine and Xanax, Vicodin and my girlfriend. Percocet and our problem, life turned to a whirlwind.
beat drop and her heart stop. Mad at me so she screams. Says she feels so trapped. Reason she can't leave, so she takes down like 2 Xans, some Chardonnay and some weed. Find ourselves in the same position that we were trapped last week. Problems never really disappeared, it just reappeared. Now I'm well aware that this cycle we're in makes Vicodin and it constantly repeats. This apartment has turned to a pharmacy. Self-medicate, can't hardly leave. We hate each other, we love each other. That's half of my heart, she's part of me. But then I bury it down so it's hard to reach. No emotion, just arguing. And I can see the change in the face when the poison that pumps through all of the arteries. And it feels like we're locked in prison. Never take time just to stop and listen. Crush them and sniff them on top the counter. Every single time we inside the kitchen. Hide till we crash like a car collision. Used to be happy, lost a vision. Love versus drugs is a competition. Loving me's been a contradiction. Red wine and Xanax, Vicodin and my girlfriend. Percocet and our problems. Life turned to a whirlwind. Trying to figure it out, where it all went wrong. Cause I feel it slipping away, so now I'm just trying to hold on.
Red wine and Xanax, Vicodin and my girlfriend. Red wine and Xanax, Vicodin and my girlfriend. Red wine and Xanax, Vicodin and my girlfriend. Percocet and our problem. Life turned to a whirlwind.
Okay, the beat dropping, my heart stops. Percocet in my jeans, take out like a handful. We take 2 of each, melt away in this bed of ours. Fighting it seems to cease. Reality is so problem-filled, we'd rather live in a dream. Used to be fun and games, now we do it just to get by. Love the drugs, love the rush, but the come down's worse than the high. First it was all just rock and roll. Can't pinpoint when we lost control. Went from weed into optimo, on shotgun rings, lock and load. Now it's like we lost our hope. Changed from an open road, opiate overload.
Alright, there they are. All out of the oven. Cooled down. Color appears to be right. I guess I'll know tomorrow when I see the client and we can actually match it to the truck. And here's the big panel. You can see a little bit better in this light. So that'll wrap this project up. Alright guys, that's another episode. Hopefully this new format isn't terrible. If it is, just tell me. I won't be offended, I promise. Leave a comment, questions, anything like that. I'll be happy to respond as soon as I get a chance. Oh, and you should also try to follow my Instagram. It's just at Unknown Coatings. I'm going to put a link down in the description. Probably pop something up here so you guys can see it firsthand. And yeah, I haven't been posting on there much lately, but I'm going to start all over again. So see you there.
Now you should have at least blown. It's funny, I'm mad famous for being unknown.
Hey, thanks for watching that video. There's a couple more right here in case you're bored and want to binge watch me powder coating. Hit the subscribe button, I guess, while you're here. The little notification bell. It'll tell you every time we post a video so you can binge watch one at a time. That's not a thing.